All right, guys, welcome back. We have three great affordable options from Ameight Knives, which is a sub-brand of Miguron, I believe. And so we have three of these to check out. So let's jump into them for sure. These are great value. Let's just show them right off the bat. We have the budget version of the Gladiator. We have the budget Klysta, I think is how you say it. And then we have the Kermu. Now, these first two, this is like 45 bucks. This is like 43 bucks. And I think the Kermu, if I remember, with M390 and titanium is about $150, but we'll look at it when we get to the specs. So let's jump into these one at a time. Now, guys, in an effort to move these along to the next channel, because these are pass around knives, I would not call these full reviews. I haven't cut with any of these. Maybe we'll cut here in just a minute, but mostly we're just giving you an overview of these knives and moving them along because I got so many in at once. And I think that's good. So I tell you what, let's start with the Klysta here. It is contoured G10. You guys know Miguron, or in this case Ameight, brings the fire with the budget knives. We have nice milling internally there, as you can see. We do have full liners, but they are milled. We have a liner lock that's locked up at about 35 or 40%. And I don't know why I'm reaching for a flipper. There's not one. There is a front flipper, and there are thumb studs. You do have decent access to the lock bar. You have an interesting clip. We'll talk more about that momentarily. I did carry this one day and enjoyed it. Now, you do have to kind of get lined up for these thumb studs. They're kind of in the middle here. I wish they were just a tiny bit further back, but you can get engaged and do that. I haven't tried to see if I can. No, I cannot get in there to middle finger flick. Do have good jimping for the front flip. It works well for me. You do have a 4-finger grip. As you can see, you do have a little room to sort of choke up. I wouldn't call this a full choil for me. I mean, I'm right up on that edge. As you can see, it's close, but I guess you could do as long as you sort of trigger back. There's no jimping, but you do have a nice dip here to put the rest of your thumb in. Great little, I mean, really, it's really close to a spear point, but it's really a drop. You have satin here, vertical satin, horizontal up on the flats. Let's see, steel wise, this guy is 14C. It does drop. It's on bearings. Very nice. We are centered, but not quite all the way out. Pretty close. When we're locked up, we are locked up really well. And again, we have good sharpening relief here because of that finger choil. And really, your studs are not really in the way. If you ask me, you do have a G10 backspacer. Now, this guy is $44. $44, okay? Pretty impressive. I will leave a link down below. These are all on Amazon, so it's going to be hard to give you really good specs. It doesn't seem like any of these companies, when they put stuff on Amazon, they don't really list the specs, and it is a complete frustration for me because I love to give you guys specs. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to give you what I do have, which is that it's a 3.23 inch blade, and it is black G10, and it is 14C28N for $44. Now, when we get ready to do our comparisons at the end, I will measure all three knives, okay? So that's what we're going to do. Now, for $49.95, so 50 bucks, you get this larger guy, the Gladiator. Now, I think I've reviewed the premium Gladiator. It was titanium. In this case, you have contoured micarta over full steel liners that are milled out. You do have some milling here on the micarta that feels real good, very grippy. This is a chunky beast of a knife. It is thicker on the handles. If we just go with the Klysta side by side, you can see the you know what? It's not a lot thicker. It's just taller, so it seems more square in the hand. You got this cutout, and it is a 4-finger knife. Nowhere to choke up here, but you can choke sort of grab that flipper tab, and you can do that. You have flat ground. Again, same deal, horizontal flats, vertical on the bevel, and plenty of relief. You do have a liner lock at about 50%, and we are way out here at the end. You have thumb studs, and you have a flipper tab, and yep, I can do that. And detent is pretty good. It's a little softer on the thumb studs, but not bad at all. And again, you have, oh, I forgot to talk about the clip on this guy. So this clip is really low profile. It worked on my thin cargo pants, but if you're wearing shorts, it's going to be, jeans is going to be tough. Now you do have quite a bit sticking out, and for some unknown reason, it's not reversible, and neither is this one. More typical Miguron clip here, loop over all the way out, not reversible. There is a lanyard hole, not one on this guy. So really interesting. Again, we are locked up really nicely, and this is a much larger knife. Again, it is $50. It is in 14C with a 3.75-inch blade. And again, really cool. So that's the first two. Again, we'll do comparisons and specs at the end, so stick around. Now for $160, $159.89, you can get this guy, the Kermu. Now, unfortunately, it's got that same really low profile clip. Again, it worked for me. Not sure how it would be in jeans. Now, I don't ever wear jeans anymore, but you do have that much sticking out, and it is not reversible yet again, which is not cool, and no lanyard hole. It is titanium with foil carbon fiber here. You have this really cool milling on the titanium. It is slightly contoured and chamfered. It does have decent access to the lock bar. I could use a tiny bit more, but we do have a chamfer, and it works really well. We have a jimped flipper tab. I didn't show that on this guy. Jimped flipper tab. And it works really well. There's no other way to open this one for me. There's jimping right here. Nowhere to really choke up, but great relief for your lock bar. Now, this one is a compound ground, so you have a hollow grind here and a flat here. Beautiful, again, drop point with a nice swedge. Nice detent, nice drop action. All these are on bearings, centered and mostly out to the end. We are locked up. By the way, we do have a lock bar insert. We're locked up at about 40%. And there's a tiny bit of side to side and no up and down. It's a pass around. Yeah, it's pretty tight. So there's a little bit of play. We could probably get that out by tightening it. But that is all good. Now, this one again is M390 for the steel. And they actually are calling this bronze carbon fiber, but that is definitely aluminum foil carbon fiber. Now, this guy is a absolute killer cutter. That hollow grind is amazing. If we go back to the Klysta, again, flat grind, but a pretty good, well, let's try to actually, well, it's kind of catching a little bit. Let's see. All right, we're good. For some reason, yeah, we're kind of catching just a little bit. And I think I'm maybe catching the edge right there on that. Let's just use the front. Yeah, I don't know. It's not quite as sharp and clean of an edge. But again, these are pass-around knives, so you never can tell who's done what with them. Well, actually, these were only to Kevin so far. So Kevin doesn't ever cut with anything. No, wait. I mean, he does. And then we have the Gladiator, which, again, big flat grind, but a phenomenal cutter. So really the only questionable edge is the Klysta. And my guess is it could be strapped back super, super easily. Now let's do those, the size comparisons between the three and some basic measurements here. All right. So there they are. You can see the biggest is the Gladiator. And right off the bat, the Gladiator is 8 1/4 overall with, and I'm just going to go, let's go full 3 3/4 on the blade, but only 3 1/4 on the edge. The bottom guy, the Kermu, is 7 3/4 with a 3 1/2 inch blade and a 3 1/4 inch cutting edge. And last, the Klysta is 7 1/2 with, again, a 3 1/4 inch blade and a 2 3/4 inch cutting edge. Sure, let's just do weight real quick. Maybe I won't do weight real quick because my scale is missing. Yeah, no weight for you. Neat. All right, so I have misplaced my scale. It is not where it's supposed to be. So we will, oh, here it is. I put it up there. All right. So I think the Gladiator is probably going to be pretty heavy, but let's start with the Kermu. The Kermu is, okay, hold on. Got to change units back. Just give me plain old ounces. My crazy scale here. There we go. We are 4.09 on the Kermu. This is going to be like 6 probably. No, 4.8. Wow, that's not bad. And this guy's probably going to be about 4. Yep, 4.02. So there are these 3 Ameight knives. And again, I'm going to get these cleaned up and sent on to the next channel. And we have the Ontario Rat 2 for your comparison. And a giant mess, and your Ontario Rat 1. So there you go. You can see they're quite, well, yeah, all of them are smaller, even the Gladiator, lengthwise than the Rat 1, and they're all bigger than the Rat 2. So they're right in between those. So again, there we have the Klysta, the Gladiator, and the Kermu, all from Ameight Knives. I hope you guys enjoyed these. Let me know what you think down below. Like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell to all, and thanks for watching the Knives Fast channel.